Hello guys, and welcome back to Platinum Music Lessons. Today we're going to be learning how to play the piano in under 12 minutes, from nothing to everything. This is not very hard to do. The piano is very easy to get started, and we're actually going to do this into 4 parts. In these 4 parts, you're going to learn how to identify notes, how to understand sharps and flats, how to easily play piano scales, how to play chords, make songs from those chords, play songs from those chords, and doing it all in under 12 minutes. So let's get started. All right, point number 1 is learning the notes. So we're gonna start with sharps and flats here. The difference, a sharp is moving up, a flat is moving down, but they are in fact the same note. This is C sharp and also D flat. We would call it sharp when we're moving up. For example, B, C, C sharp. We would call it D flat moving down. D, D flat, C. So that's the difference between sharps and flats. Why do we call them that? Well, C to C sharp is sharpening the pitch. Going D to D flat is flattening the pitch. Very simple stuff. Now we're going to go into note names. So the white keys are all alphabetical notes. So A to G, as the musical alphabet goes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, starts over. We have single notes and we have our sharps and flats, which are the black keys. So C is always the first note you always want to look for. You got that ears right here, your 2 sharps. C is the first one in between the 2. Remember that. And E is on the other side. It's the last one after the 2. F and B are on the ends of the trident in the middle. Remember that. It's not hard to remember that G and A are in between these 2. So these are the same 7 notes that repeat. Now you have the sharps. They're just corresponded to the singular note that's closest to it on the left. So you have your C to C sharp, your D to D sharp. E doesn't have a sharp. We'll talk about why in a bit. F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp to B. B and E do not have sharps because their next white key is only a half pitch, meaning that it does not get a sharp. Because B to C is a half pitch, and E to F is a half pitch or a half step. So that's why they don't have sharps. Cool way to remember it, never bring a knife to a B and E. A knife is sharp, B and E do not have sharps. There you go. Next, we're going to be talking about the scales. So we're going to be sticking with major and minor in this video, although there's lots of different types of scales. There's 7, which we'll demonstrate in another video. Those are called modes, but those are not for our 10-minute learn piano. We're going to stick with major and minor. So we're going to use C major, which this particular scale is all white keys, and we're going to use A minor, which is the same thing. Each scale has 7 notes and an octave. An octave is the 8th note in a scale, or the same note an octave higher. So you got C and an octave higher of C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, octave C. Same thing with our A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, octave A. There are scales with sharps and flats, like D major, for example, has got 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp, but we're just going to stick with the no sharps for this video. Next, we have diatonics. Diatonics tell us what mood the chord is. So if you want to make your own piano pieces and you want to make it in the key of C major, we're going to use C, G, D, E. But how do we know if we're making a C major chord or a minor chord? Well, our diatonics will tell us that. The major diatonics go major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. And then, of course, the major, again, your octave. We will look at that later. Next, we're going to be talking about chords and the types of chords. So we're going to start off with the easiest types of chords, major thirds and minor thirds. As we talked about scales earlier, you have 7 notes throughout the scale, and that's how we make our chords. So we're going to look at a major third and a minor third. It's within the name. You have your root, which is your starting note, and the third of the scale. So we're gonna use C major to find our major third. You're gonna count 1, 2, 3. The third note of your scale and the root is called a major third. And the same thing applies with a minor scale, like A minor. 1, 2, 3. That's a minor third. And if we did the same thing on C for the minor, this is the C minor scale. 1, 2, 3. Here's your minor. Next, we're going to talk about the fundamentals of counting the chords. So say you have no idea what key you're in, and you're told to make a chord, either major or minor. So say you're told to make D minor. You can simply follow a rule. For major, count 4, 3, minor, count 3, 4. And if that sounds confusing, watch this. If I take C major, 1 C sharp, 2 D, 3 D sharp, 4 E. 4 rule. Now let's continue. 1 F, 2 F sharp, 3 G, 4, 3. Major chord. Now if I wanted C minor, 3, 4, 1 C sharp, 2 D, 3 D sharp. Continue the same thing. E, 1, F, 2, F sharp, 3, G, 4. 3, 4. That's always a nice way. It's also quick mentioning the fact that you can tell a major chord from it being happy and a minor chord from it being sad. But at this point, I don't think I need to clarify. Happy, sad. Happy, sad. Next, we're going to get into playing songs. So most songs have 4 chords within a part, and we're going to make our own song out of C major. So let's look at what we just learned, triads, built up of 3 chords. If you know how to do this, you can do 90% of music. So let's remember we talked about scales. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. If we took the notes from this scale and played the corresponding chord, we're writing songs. So let's take C, and let's just pick an F. Let's just pick a G and a D. Simple enough. Well, we go back to our diatonics that tell us major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. So we know we got major for the C, major for the F, major for the G, and a D minor. So let's play that with just a simple pattern. Like that, we're already making songs. But how do we make this song flow? How do we make it our own rhythm? Well, this is where we like to call this improvising, and improvisations would come in. We use the notes of a chord to write little patterns. We could go G, E, C, E. Change it up. Make it our own. And it's all just the same notes within the scale. And in this case, it's just all the white keys. Now, had I gone, that would be out of key. But if you just stay within the notes of your scale, it doesn't matter what you do, you will stay in key. Our last point we want to talk about is the left hand. The left hand, very important. So we got our pattern with C, F, G, and D. But what about the left hand? What is the left hand doing? Well, the left hand usually does one of 2 things. Either playing a single melody or playing octaves. And we know from octaves, we know it's just the same note in a different range. Or a single note, just like this, for our left hand. So in this case, we're not going to do the full octave. We're going to do just the one note. So we're going to go C, C, F, F, G, G, to the D. Now we'll do the octave. And we'll do a little pattern with it. Just like that. Beautiful. So, our final point, and this is our last thing to say, is what do we practice? How do we get better at this at home? Well, practice all types of scales, number one. Number two you'd want to practice is chromatic increasing octaves. See how fast you can get? Decreasing octaves, you can do it with both hands. Give you that more hand strength. I'd recommend practicing your chords, practice switching between major and minor, going all the way up major, going all the way up minor. Always practice your improvising and always stay on top of your improvisations. That is what makes you stand out as a pianist. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like the video and subscribe so I know to do more of these. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Take care.